Okay. I guess I'll be live soon here. If anyone joins us, basically, this is me testing once again. I got a new microphone here and I'm trying some other stuff. So we'll see if anybody shows up. I know this is completely unannounced and I'm just trying out the cleaned up office, I guess you would call it. And I'm going to try and do, let's see here. I can't even remember. Not Stream Alive, but the other one is, no, it wasn't Uno. It was, I can't remember. I don't know. Oh, hey, hi, Molly. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. What's it, Tony? Tony. Yo, yeah, how are you? Look, I got this. What happened, Molly? Hey, hi, Kevin. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Again, I'm trying some new microphones out, and that's primarily what I'm doing. What happened was, in preparation, we can hear you. Oh, that's great. Hey, Don, how are you, man? Great to see you. I'm just trying stuff out. I cleaned the office up, and I was searching primarily for this microphone, and I'm trying to change the look up a little bit, even though Twitch is good. Oh, that's great. Even though we had a meeting of all the moderators, and I was thinking about going through this whole, change of the office and the set and all that stuff. And see, Honda put it the best. She goes, that might be a waste of time because I don't know that people are tuning in for the set. We can hear you perfectly. Oh, thank you, London James there. And Dan, I love it. And there's Joe, J Doe 49. Thank you. Sound is good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah. And again, I usually use that SM7B microphone, right? And I've used podcast microphones. But then I remembered I had this microphone and I had to dig through everything to find it. It is it looks like that Shure 55, what they used to call the Elvis mic. Let's see, my night is complete, and I'm also stoked to have you back, even if it's just for a black hat. Oh, thank you, Molly. I appreciate that. Yeah, what was it? I love that mic. So classy and sounds good too. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Thanks for bringing me back on track. This is a modified Shure 55, or Elvis mic as it's known. I bought this, I don't know, almost 5 years ago. And there was a guy on the internet who was taking these and putting different guts inside of them so that, usually these microphones, you had to kind of talk into the front of them like this, right? That was the old style. Well, he put a different, I forget what it's called. Anyway, so it points up so you can talk like this and it doesn't block your face. I used to use this on stage, yeah, coming in good here in SoCal. Thank you, Lita. How you? There she is. Got your email, by the way, on the Thanksgiving thing. Thank you so much. Those mics are very popular on the roller derby announcer circuit. They look so cool. Yeah, and by the way, this is where it gets a little geeky. Okay, I also, right, hooked up another microphone I had. I think it's a. Oh my God! It's a Shure NT81 or something like that. But check this out. If I switch to that microphone, I can take this completely out of the picture. You know what I mean? And I'm guessing you can still hear me, right? Because I have this microphone slightly off camera so that I can, my idea was to be able to do things like this. Now this microphone, I can bring it back here, but see what happens when I hit it? It's not active because I switched to this off camera mic. But if I switch back, you see, I think the sound is better on this, but listen, see now when I hit it, wow, that one sounds different, but just as good. Yeah, it definitely does. See, this is this mic, and then this is this mic up here. It's a shotgun mic. I'm, again, geeking out on this stuff. Yep, sounds just as good. Yeah, great. Maybe we'll try that for a little while. See, I can put this over here like this, and then I'm here and I don't have anything. And then the other idea, of course, is to get, some in-ear monitors and then contact lenses and then a facelift and then lift weights for a year. So then the whole transition will be complete. Okay? Oh, yeah, that silver one is better. Yeah, I think so too. Let's go back to it. Okay, and I switch like this. Yeah, there you go. Okay, looks great. Oh, yeah, you lose about 10% with the overhead. Yeah, I think so. Well, again, because it's far away. Now, another problem with the overhead is this microphone. It's just, again, I was cleaning out everything and I found it, and it's designed for like acoustic guitars or drum kits and that stuff. So I said, gee, I wonder what it'd be like if I popped it up there. And I also found, hold on, this is another microphone that I found, and this is I know this is way too geeky. This is a Rode NT3 that I bought, I don't know, in 2007 or something like that, and I found it. And a lot of these microphones, I never thought about using them because, they had a battery in them, and the battery kind of got corrosive, and I went, But then I realized I have phantom power on this Rodecaster Pro 2, and I don't need the battery in there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I agree, Don Flex. Little bit of loss. I can bring up the gain, and it, if I had to, but listen. You hear the car driving by, but if you weren't comparing mics back to back, that overhead totally works in a pinch. Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes what I'm hoping is that I can go like, see, if I move this away, you see how the sound drops off? But then if I switch microphones, then I'm back here again. If I want to do something, again, I'm trying to figure out ways to do other things in the show. By the way, let's see if the cameras work. Okay, there, I have this camera, and then this one should. Yeah, there. See. By the way, I don't tell I cleaned the room up too. Yeah. So I clean this up, and then I have this. If you want to speak Italian with your hands, overhead mic. Very funny. If you look at this. This is up over here. Let's put it back down there like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then I have this shot here too. Remember this little station over here that I put my laptop on and do stuff to once in a while, okay? And this is a nice shot of the Rodecaster. One of the other things that I'll be trying to remember to do is to use, this like this. You see, on this Rodecaster, I have all these like, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Chatter with Statter. Thank you. Yes. She'll be here all week. Try the chicken. Anyway, so we'll see. Oops. It froze up again. This I took the camera that was overhead and replaced it with a GoPro. so that and I have ideas for the other cameras. These cameras still work though. You know, this is the one that's over that station there. And let's see if this all works. Hey, how's it, Steve? Steve, hey, how's it? Ooh. Hey, hi, Nani. Did you see the microphone? Oh, Nani just got here, so I wanna show you something. Okay, I have a microphone, an overhead mic over here, but check this out. I can bring this one in now. Remember I was talking to you about this? And if I switch to it, listen, there. You see how it just gets much warmer, but because of course I'm within close proximity. But remember I mentioned that I had this, well, I keep hesitating to call it a Shure 55 because it isn't, because the person I bought it from, God, again, 5 years ago, guts these and puts a better, what are they called, cardios or something, the inside of a better mic. And again, so you don't have to address it down here, it points up so you can address it up here, and it sounds good without having to, do the rockabilly block your face thing, right? Anyway, so that's what's going on here. Okay, let's see. Oh, I know. Oh, woohoo! Well, this is more of a mic test and a camera test in a sentence, because if you look, this camera here is still locking up. I haven't figured out how to do it. I think I just have one too many cameras on it, but this one again works fine. And I forgot to plug in my light that points up there. Yeah, new diaphragm in the Shure. Namaste Zen. I'm not an audio guy that knows enough about that, but I don't know if it's diaphragm, but it's the whole inner guts of it, and it's from a very high end. I mean, 5 years ago I paid for the microphone, and then another $350 on top of that to have him change it. And if you were close enough, you'd notice that most of these have like felt on the inside, but this has a fine wire mesh on the so I don't know. I think that might be the case, but again, and I tried searching old emails and YouTube videos and stuff, because that's where I found the guy. He was on YouTube going, hey, I'm doing this thing. So I contacted him. Hey, I'd like one of those if you're into it. He didn't do many, but anyway. So and it's interesting because you have to use this on stage, you have to put a battery in it. Let's see, where was that battery? Oh, here. You see, you have to put one of these little batteries in it. Like this was the battery that you can tell I taped this to this microphone 5 years ago. I don't know if you can. This is the little. It's a specialized kind of battery that goes inside the. So if you want to use it on stage, you need one of these. What does it say? I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, probably larger diaphragm on the cartridge. Cartridge, that was the word I was searching for. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I remember I was performing somewhere, and some singer came up and grabbed this microphone when it had the battery in it on the stage and stuff, and used it to sing a song, and got off stage and went, where did you get that mic? And I went, well, I'm not a singer, but and I don't know if he contacted the guy or not. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen those batteries. They're like a little stubby A size, yeah, but it's not what the label calls them. What does the label? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway, I think it's kind of cool. And, again, I do these things late at night like this because it's dark and, I kind of like this look. You notice I'm not doing that plant over here that's lit and all that kind of stuff. Even though I did put a light. See this station over here? Well, it's frozen, but you'll be able to see it. That station over my left shoulder there, I put a what they call it, a little camera on it so that I can broadcast. Do FaceTime or Zoom from that station, which I could never do before. So now I can. Probably will never do it. But, as I was cleaning out all this stuff, basically going through this whole rat's nest that is my office here, I kept finding stuff going, maybe I can use that. Oh, look at that. And wires galore. OMG, just wires everywhere. Yeah. Nice modification to a stylish microphone. Yeah, I know. And that's the whole idea, yeah. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah. If you missed my comment, it looks great, Andy. Love the look of the new mic. Just what we talked about. Nice. Yeah, thank you, Nani. Exactly what we talked about. I said, you know what? And, here's what happened. I had... in fact, wait, hold on. Let me see if I'll be able to show you this here in real time. If I go here, yeah, okay. Right here, you'll see. Can you see this right here? This first one, that's a Shure Super Deluxe, right? And look at over the top right here. It says canceled, right? This microphone here, I think it goes, it costs $250 or $300 or something. And I actually had it, bought it, and then went, wait a minute, don't I have one of those? And then I started searching, and that's what caused the whole domino effect on ending up cleaning the whole office and, redoing everything and stuff. So when I found it, I went, cancel. I know. Too much. I know. But, and then, let's see. Oh, by the way, how did your comedy gig go at the Ice House? We ate it, Don. Basically, I don't know if if you were familiar what was happening weather-wise in that area, but people on the news were saying, don't leave your house. There are landslides. So in a room that seats 130, we did 75 people, and they were hoping to add a second show, because the last time I was there, we sold it out, Kamaka Brown and I. So I figured me and Augie, who's even more popular, But when we got there, man, and me in a rental car with GPS trying to find the flea bag in Rosemead where I was staying, and and people in LA with the way they drive, and add rain to that plus nighttime. I was, man. And when I rented the car, I thought it would be cool to get a convertible. So I had a convertible Mustang. Of course, the top was up, so the rain on it was super loud and yada yada. But that's okay. Oh, Don Flanks, wait till you hear the story. Oh yeah, that was it. It was pretty funky. Yeah. Ooh, oh. Ole Pilikia, no problem. Yeah, I guess not. But it's actually pretty. It was a wonderful Thanksgiving. My daughter gave birth to my second grandchild, a daughter, So that's happened. So what the girl is now, what, 4 days old or something. So we were watching my grandson while they were doing that at the hospital, and it was just making sure she had food and getting people back and forth and doing all that kind of stuff. So that was our Thanksgiving. So it was all good, of course, but I gotta tell you, there we go. Oh, congratulations. Yeah, thank you. So now my daughter has a son and a daughter, the perfect little family. And having, us, my wife and I, we had a son and a daughter, and they did the same thing. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare, but a convertible rental car makes me laugh way too much. Yeah, I almost put the top down just to drive. Hey, how you doing? Aloha. But congrats on the expanding family. Yes, that is what I have been busy with. K-Rod, how are you? Andy, how's it? What? After hour stream? No, this is basically a black hat session. Because I'm testing this new microphone out, but everybody seems to like it pretty much. And for those of you who have just joined us, I can switch to this microphone, and and that way I don't have to have a microphone in the shot if I don't want to. Yeah, so that's what I've been testing today. Plus, we went back to this camera, which froze up. Yeah, see, that's the frozen camera. This is the shot of the whole studio there. And then this is that, this station over here that I put my laptop on every once in a while. And here's the shot across the editing bay there. And then, of course, we have this, and I can put your hi-hat so that everyone can see it, Yeah, I really like this dark look, but the only problem is I'd have to do streams at 6-7 o'clock. Here, that's what the microphone above. You probably saw the lights flicker in the window there a little bit. Okay, that is more susceptible to the road noise and stuff because it's a microphone designed for like miking acoustic guitars and drum kits and that kind of stuff. So it's a. See, that was a car passing by with this one here. Hey, Richard. How you, bro? Richard Williams. Aloha, Andy. How you coming? Where you coming in from, Richard? I was trying to remember, speaking of that, show us the overhead view and touch the shotgun mic. I would, but the overhead view is locked up. See, here's the overhead view. But and you can see it. You see where my wrist is up against my hand there, my head. Well, right where my left hand is like touching my glasses. Right where my left wrist would be, that's the microphone. Okay, and you see the arm that it sits on. Again, I wish I could point it out, but that camera locks up, which I have not been able to figure out how to do. I wonder if I unplugged it. Hold on, let me try something here. Okay, let's see if I can do this without breaking anything, including me. Okay, if I unplug this and then plug it back in, I wonder if that would work. It probably killed it. So let's go here. Okay. And then if I go back here, no, hold on. Geeking out. Here. This. Hero Black. No. Yeah, I killed it. Well, let me try one more thing here. Here, I'll do this so at least you can see something. Hold on. If I pull this out, do this, pull this out, put that back in, do this. Did you hear that? Okay, now, unalived. They say, Makaha Surf Team, early days. No way! Bruh, MSA. Oh, I know. Yeah, I was a member of MSA, Makaha Surf Association. In fact, Rel's son asked me to join. She was, I guess, president at the time. Yeah. Let me see this now. Okay, here. Let's see if I can get this going. Hero Black. That's not going to work. Nope, not going to work. It went out. Yeah. Huh. You know, there was another thing. What was that? Let me try one other thing. Hold on. I mean, that's what this is, kind of a black hat session. So, black hat session, by the way, for those who don't know, that's our slang for geeking out and doing stuff. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm turning off that camera and seeing if that affects this. Okay. Still black, still dark. Hero Black, go to webcam, no, go to Hero Black. What the heck? That darn thing. This is my life. I know. It reminds me of someone who used to say, these aren't problems, this is your life. Oh, okay. So you can't unplug this, pull this out. Hold on. Come on, make your little clicky noise. No? Okay, let's try this. Huh. Isn't this entertaining? Oh, did you hear that? Well, at least I'm wearing pants. Hui, Uncle, how's it? Hey, how you BSKT NSGRVV? Andy, were you friends with Rap? I knew him. You know, we didn't go bowling or anything, but we hung out a few times. But, you know, it's a hard question to ask because, hi, doll, how you? It's a hard question to answer because he was really involved in cocaine at the time, and I was definitely not. You know, I didn't do drugs or I drank a little. Sometimes more than a little, but my joke on stage was, you know, I don't know what it is about cocaine. It just seems like an awful lot of money just to be nervous, and Rap lived on it. You know, at that point, I actually tried to get him into rehab and stuff one time, but you know, other than that, you know, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, how much of that was, you know, artificially induced, I'm not sure. Andy going black hat, gee, I know exactly. I know. Oh, I thought I was about to see BBDs. Yeah, and this still doesn't work. Oh, crap. Let me try one more thing here. This. Don't know if you can see that. And he's Hero Black. No, and then this isn't there. Yeah, okay. So that basically died. Ooh, excuse me, unalived. They say you have to be careful of saying things like died and killed on the internet now because, the algorithm thinks you're talking about things other than cameras and batteries and such. So there's that, I guess. I don't know. Whew. Yep, exactly. Yeah, the rest of that bit, that was a good bit. Maybe I should bring that back. I said, cocaine seemed like an awful lot of money just to be nervous. If I want to be nervous, I'll just go hang out with my dad. It has the same effect on me. I'm, just don't know what to do with my hands and say stupid things. In fact, whenever I'm feeling low energy, I would just tell my dad, hey, Dad, do you mind giving me some crap about my life? I mean, not a whole lecture, just a couple lines, I'll be good. We call it proof of pence. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. We used to do proof of concept. Ooh, loving the vintage mic. Yeah, thank you. And it sounds pretty good too, and I can do it. I think I have the gain. I goofed with it a lot before I went live here. Yeah, Restream bot. What's that? Whew. Not a whole lecture, just a couple lines. Oh, you picked up on that. Thank you so much. Not too many people do. Oh, man. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Matt Stetter. Okay, so let's see. What do we... Oh, we have 16 people watching. OMG. That's a lot for, who knows what time it is. By the way, I started thinking about the East Coast, and that made me think about Miles, a.k.a. Medium 7-Up. His grandmother did not make it to the show. It was Charles K. And Christy Kupahu gave her a couple tickets, but the whole front row was empty. They were held for people with front row tickets. None of those people showed up. Hi, Felicia. How are you? We saw you last Tuesday, was it, at the Blue Note? Thank you for being there, and happy birthday once again. I'm playing with a new microphone here. My new old microphone. I've had this microphone easily. You know what? It's more than 5 years because we've been doing this show for 5 years. And I was doing, oh my God. Could it go back to like 2008? Something like that. Yeah, I keep stuff forever. Yeah. But, yep, that's it. Whew. Coke is a good example of trying to get more out of life than life is willing to give you. Man, I gotta tell you what, and more out of your body than it's willing to give you. So I agree completely. Namaste, Zen. Whew. 8:52 p.m. on a Sunday night, Hawaii Standard Time. Nice. Yeah. There we go. Well, if you're in Hawaii, if everybody was in Hawaii, believe me, this is when I would do it, only because I just like the look of it, you can just do a couple lights and, and you're okay. In my experience with roller derby, 2008 to 2012 is a good window guess for that mic. Yeah, probably. And again, I didn't just buy it. I bought it and then modified it. I was crazy back then, But again, I was going. Sorry, what popped into my mind was that's 2007, and 2008 is when I had my talk show, and I think this might have been on stage, but inert as opposed to because I had wireless mics and stuff. So maybe it went back that far. I'm not sure. Whew, yeah. It's 2 a.m. Black Hat on Monday morning, East Coast. Darn. Okay, sorry about that, Kevin. But again, Yeah, yeah, Miles' grandma. But again, Kawaisis, the news was saying, do not leave your house. There are mudslides and and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, who that totally looks like a mic for a talk show. Seth Meyers has one on his desk, I think. Yeah, which is part of the reason I modified it because, but then what happened, stop, I got about 9 thoughts going to my mind. What happened was when I was on stage, it kept cutting out, and I think it had to do with the battery because I didn't understand phantom power at the time. So if I didn't want to put it on, use it as the mic on my on a nightly talk show when it was doing that. Again, we were snatching it out of our old Coley back then. Yeah, 10:51 in Las Vegas. Yeah. Sonic 7 says, whatever that means. But I agree because I can't tell you while I was cleaning up this office how often I heard myself going, But I love the resonance on this microphone. Oh, yeah, I don't mind. I'm a night owl. I kind of am too. And we do the show at 3:30 only because we want to, include as many people on the East Coast. But I thought about doing things differently, when we come back. In other words, do one day at night, one day, early, one day on Sunday, and tried it on different times. But we'll see what actually happens, But really happy the mic's working, I tell you. And again, let's switch. See, this is different but not bad, so I can move this out of the way. And there we go. Be a night owl. Yeah, Del Rivera. Things that make you go, Yes, exactly. That might look and sounds wonderful as an audio file. I approve. Yeah, and when we talked about it, right? But now I can fake it and hold this. Hey everybody, how are you? Very nice to have you here. By the way, if you put this in your ear, it still works. Amazing, isn't it? By the way, as I was cleaning the office, I found these chips that they give you, which are worth free drinks and food. They're $17 each, and they as a performer they give you 3 of these and go, here, you can get yourself a drink or whatever. And when I went there, I got 3 more. In fact, I think I gave Lita a couple. But anyway, and they expire before I'll be back there, so I'll just hold them as I don't know if you can see these. They're kind of cool. They look like poker chips, but they say, but they say Ice House on them with the little Ice House bear that always looks to me like the icy bear. Remember Icy? I used to love those when I was a kid. Okay, anyway, so let's bring back Nostalgic Mike, flip the switch, and there we go. See? You can really tell the difference. I don't know. That handheld mic is perfect for man on the street. Oh, I got a better one than that. I have one that you put I'm wondering if it would be easy to drag. No, yeah, it would be too hard to drag out. I have one that you can put a wireless feed onto it, and it has a pigeon. Like the news guys, and they have those well, I don't know what they're called, sleeves that cover that say, KTLL or whatever. I have one that has a pigeon on it. Yeah, hey, buddy, Freaky, how you, bro? Yeah, just hanging out. Sounds good, very clear and crisp. Yeah, well, I've also went into the settings, because this is going into the Roadcaster. Is this thing up? Yeah, it's going into the Roadcaster here, and when you, I don't know if you can see this, that might be kind of small, but if you do this, then you get all these settings that you can, deal with the, compression and panning and low end and all that stuff. And I did that. And I think I did pretty good. Especially with my deaf ears, Ooh, yeah. It was Rain House that night. Yeah, instead of Ice House, all the ice melted. It's funny. Windsock. Windsock. No, you wouldn't want to put that over this. Wait a minute. Let me just for giggles. Hold on here. I gotta get all untangled. Let's see what I have. Oh, here. That would be like very Portuguese to go. Oh yeah, well we got the menu, but we got to put a windsock on it. So there we go. Can you imagine you got this classic mic and then you do this? Oh, let's see what it looks like. That's too funny. There we go. Oh yeah, that's much better, don't you think? Oh, yeah, there we go. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. We're not getting the plosives. Or some fur. Well, yeah, here we go. This is it right here. Don't you think this is good? I have all kinds of these. I have foam ones, and these are because when I was doing the car show, and especially when I was doing the motorcycle stuff, you have to have all kinds of stuff. But what's better than this? You can't change it. There. Oh, what did I do? Oh. Messed with the. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Looks like a chinchilla, and half as expensive. How's that? I know. That windsock over a classic design comedy only pedophiles, audiophiles would get. Whew, that is funny right there. I know. I miss the motorcycle ride videos. Yeah, I thought about doing them again. When we come back, and again, I'm yakking, so I don't know how long have I been on. Let's look. Oh, gee, almost 45 minutes. But when I come back, one of the things Nani and I were talking about was splitting the difference between live shows and produced stuff. Because I did a lot of produced stuff. The raw rides thing never worked. Really, I thought, there were people doing that, just, almost ASMR kind of, and just riding around. I thought, Hawaii would be good to do that, but it never caught on. Or I was impatient and didn't give it enough time, whatever. But kind of thinking about doing produced stuff and, this kind of stuff. I don't know. I gotta figure it. Hopefully, like Nani was saying that we'd be back. What was it? December 19th or something like that. But I was contacted by somebody who's trying to put together a Hawaii situation comedy called Aloha High School. And it's about a high school with a bunch of local kids in it, but there are a bunch of adult, people who run the high school, of course. And they wrote me in as the janitor because of the school days videos that I did where, I was a janitor, right? So they contacted me and said, "Hey, listen, we want to do a proof of concept thing. This will be something that we use to get the money to do the pilot, and then if the pilot goes, then of course we got the series." So it's a long shot, but I said, "Yeah, sure, of course, whatever, just give me just as long as it's SAG, because I'm a screen actor guy." And they said, "Yeah, so I'll do it for scale and." If that happens, that'll happen in January 6th. Yeah, true. I like when you talk during the rides, giving your insight on day-to-day things. Yeah, thinking about doing that again, Or it's weird. I'm always a little hesitant to talk about things I'm thinking about doing because sometimes they don't come to fruition. But like do a regular show and then say, "Okay, took a little ride through Billy Lonnie. Let's check that out." Boom, and then cut to that, which would be a produced piece, me on on the motorcycle, and call it something, you know, rambling while rambling. Or something. Oh, yay. Andy on another. Well, yeah, possibly December 17th. Well, we'll see what happens, because, again, a lot of things changed in my life. We may be watching kids. We know. I know. Do you remember the records from Cheech and Chong, the skits with Cheech and Chong doing the commercial about hickey off pimple pads? I don't remember that bit, but I do remember Cheech and Chong. In fact, Tommy Chong may have come to the show on last Tuesday because he was supposed to, but I did. I said, "Well, we're not going to recognize him. He probably doesn't want that. Because he comes to Hawaii a lot." Greg Azus, the promoter, used to have Hawaii Natural High and sold, paraphernalia, basically. And Tommy Chong was there and actually did a commercial for Greg. That's how they met, I know. Yeah, well, we'll see, Kauai sis, Again, never tell your plans. Talking about them takes energy out of your motivation to accomplish it. That's not the reason I don't generally talk about stuff. I like to talk about things I've done as opposed to stuff I'm gonna do because, gonna do is a land far away. But a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, grasshopper. So anyway, so many funny yeah, well, are you kidding? Remember Dave? Hey, who is it? It's Dave. Dave's not here, man. I'm Dave. Remember that one? That actually happened, by the way. I saw a interview of Cheech, and he was saying he did that to Chong, So they decided to put it in there. Ooh, I enjoyed in the car interviews while driving around. Yeah, unfortunately, someone did a show so similar to mine that I lost all my sponsorship because people kept saying, "Why are you copying that other person?" Even though I was doing shows weekly 6 months before that national show hit, but I'm over it now. Sorry. Oh. I reference Dave's Not Here Man a lot. I sort of vibe check for the crowd I'm talking to. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. No stems, no seeds that you don't need. Acapulco Gold is badass weed. I know. Well, I mean, remember they did that album cover and it came with papers? It looked like a giant, what's bamboo or whatever it was called. I forget. But, I know. The Nazi skit. I don't know all of them, because, at that time we were young and doing everything they were. Yeah, one huge paper. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. But didn't it say bamboo on it or something? Or what was the other? Or was it zigzag? Ah, one of those. Oh, bamboo. Yeah, it was bamboo. There we go. They are killing the girl tonight. That's too funny. If you still have one of those big bamboo album papers with the record, that it's worth a lot. Guess what I found in my cleaning as I was going through everything in my office the other day? I have, I found the Sunday paper that in its entirety, completely intact, that announced Don Ho's passing. And it was April 15th, 2007? Was that when it was? Yeah, I think it was, April 15th, 2007. Somebody can research it. But I bought that paper, and it's so funny because you think in 2007 I bought the Sunday paper. It's this thick with inserts and all. I found it because I have it in a sealed thing so that it doesn't fade. Newspaper fades in the light, and I brought it out. I went, look at this thing. It's crazy. When was the last time you saw a Sunday paper literally this thick? Wow, that's a time capsule right there. Yeah, I was thinking it would be a fun show to bring that out and then look at the prices of things because, the inserts were like for grocery stores and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Whew, the Christmas one. Come on, Beto. I don't remember that. 5 inches thick, dollars. It was $1.75. How did you know that? Yeah, I remember looking at the price. I went, wow, who paid $1.75 for a newspaper? Yeah, that's what it was. I remember when I was a kid, we used to do what they call pass paper, and we hated Sundays because Sundays, it came like this and then a stack of inserts and you had to put all the inserts in before you, it was a pain. Whew, lucky guess. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was $1.75, and stopped me from going there and opening that closet again. Yeah. Wow. Okay, guys. Well, you know what? Thank you so much. I think we're gonna stick with this microphone, and again, we have this microphone in a pinch if we have to do other things. And one of the other ideas I had to fold them and nuts if rain was involved. Richard, you are not talking to an empty room, I promise you that. Hey, Sandra Chan, back in the day, today the newspapers are getting thinner. Getting thinner, they're like, I know. Yeah, just barely enough to, put on the bottom of the bird cage. Wow. Ugh, been there, done that, try folding it. Yeah, exactly, SD Dodger, right? And then at the end of the week, you get $35 or something, right? Okay, I guess this camera's not coming back. Hold on, one last shot. No, wait a minute, let me see. No, it's not gonna be there. I'm trying one last thought. MacBook, no, it's not there. Well, okay. I guess I'll have to live with this one and this one. Well, this one's not bad. That's part of what I was goofing with because I have 4 cameras or 5 cameras, including this one, hooked up to this, and I think it's just one too many cameras to deal with. Listen. You see, this overhead microphone, because it's designed to pick up acoustic instruments, really picks up the road noise back there. Listen. and I'll switch. Oh, and the car stops, of course. All right, gang. Me and my nostalgic, modified Shure 55 will be bidding you adieu. Thanks, you guys. I guess I'll post this up. I say that because I'm too lazy to go to all the different platforms and delete it. So we'll let this one sit. And again, hope to be back December 19th. And unless something happens with this sitcom proof of concept thing they're doing, and there you go. Okay. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and guess what's coming up? Xmas. It bugs me when people do that. Xmas. Like, is it that hard to spell it out? No? Okay. Just wondering. Okay, gang. Wait a minute now. Oh, I have to hit this thing. There. Okay, aloha, everybody. Oh, there's a good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. December 19th. Got it. Maybe. A definite maybe. Kauai says saying, how's it? And there's Namaste Zen. Aloha, Nama. And Nani Aloha. Aloha from Nani. Okay. Thanks, Aloha.